Kiran, what is your answer for the same question?
So my answer would be that first of all, like Dakshina said, sir, it is to build your creativity, sir. But second of all, it's to help the people who have a lesser creativity, sir. Because when people have like the people who have more creativity, when they start explaining like when they start explaining something that they had in mind, then the people with lesser creativity or the people who don't really know, they start reading on that, sir, and then they also kind of improve their creativity while doing that.
Okay. You can ask what is it? Hello. Okay, one minute. I'll just come. Okay, Reshwar, I want your answer. What do you think you have learned?
So, that I think that we were made to come up with like a certain idea from the mountain because it like teaches us to realize that people have multiple perspectives, different perspectives on just the same thing. So and each perspective has its own value, and so you shouldn't you shouldn't ignore like or disrespect it, and you should always be open to listen to what others have to say about the same topic.
Right, right. That's a good one. Nitya Nitish, what is your understanding? Why should we have this kind of an activity?
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, go ahead, man, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, the same like production, sir. So we have to equal the two, sir. If it is a ball, we have to convert it into a green, sir. Just everything is imagination, sir.
Okay.
Sir, coming.
Right, okay. Ritvika, what do you think?
This we can easily build a creation creativity, sir. Then this here we can bring up more creativity. Then we can get more ideas about how we can relate it.
Okay, right, that's good. Mridubhashini, your turn. What's your mind?
Yes, sir. Sir, to improve our creative thinking, sir, when we are improving our creative thinking, sir, if we are in a problem or something, sir, we can easily find out the solution to it, sir, while creating a solution like that, sir.
I see. Okay, okay. Vishwant, your thoughts?
Sir, Krishna.
Corona மட்டும் ஒரு ஆளா இருந்துச்சு. I was telling something to the US batch a couple of days back because we had an activity, induction was part of it. This is basically done for developing the character. I always get reminded upon one particular thing that Swami Vivekananda always says, anything that builds the character only is called as a proper education. But what Indian education system and the other countries' education system are doing is, they are doing anything that is opposite to what we are trying to do here. That is, making the people study, making the people get the concepts by-hearted and put that into the examination instead of kindling the brain auto-servo mechanism. When I say auto-servo mechanism, I did not use this term in the US batch because they were tiny kids. But to you, I can use this term. It's called as auto-servo mechanism. Auto-servo mechanism is the brain can relate things to whatever that is happening, whatever the problems that we are facing. So brain automatically starts comparing things with something. Let's say, for example, when it is your mind that compares the rope and a snake. It is the mind, it is your own brain that is comparing a piece of paper to a currency note. It is your brain that is comparing an ordinary bronze metal to a coin. So it's called as the function of auto-servo mechanism of the brain. This auto-servo mechanism is a very big gift that every brain is designed with. That can work faster only when you are taught to create things, only when you are taught to imagine things, and only when you are taught to relate things. So if you go for police training or defense academy training, they will teach you to handle the weapons and attacking the enemy with the simulation mind engineering technique only. They will have a very big blackboard, they will have a very big table like this, and they will have plenty of objects, and they will ask the apprentice soldiers to relate the objects with the enemies. So when the enemy visualizes that, when the apprentice soldier visualizes that, what happens is his mind does not know which is true and which is false. And Dennis Whiteley, another self-help pioneer, has also come up with a concept called as the Apollo visualization method. So the Apollo visualization method simply teaches that teaches that the body and the mind properly organized when things are properly fed into the brain. Let's say, for example, if a 200 meters sprinter is lying down flat on a bed and you have biomechanism equipments on his body and you visualize him to run the 200-meter dash into his mind. So Dr. Dennis Whiteley says the same muscle groups that will fire if he is running are exactly firing when he is seeing the same thing in his brain. So this is called as the Apollo program. So here what you have done is an Apollo program. When Team Vishnupriya explained about the war, when Team Mitra explained about the soldiers going into a fiasco and the haunted things that are appearing, when Team Reshwar mentioned about the castle, it was the Apollo program that was activated. It was the servo mechanism in the brain that was activated. But maybe on the outer spectrum, it looked very, very simple and naughty and kiddish and playful. But it has got a very big science attached to it. So if you are doing this every single day, that is, giving more workout for the visualization muscle, giving more workout for your imagination spectrum, your life is going to be an oasis of happiness. So in order to make you understand that, I have administered this exercise. Clear? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now, what are we going to do?
Yes, keep sir.
Lakshmi Siddharth will stand right there and will explain what's your further plan.
Sir, finance.
Yeah, are we doing it today?
Sir, Nagul has to do
I don't believe it. I don't know when he's doing it. ஒருத்தருக்கு யாரோ வெயிட் பண்ண முடியும்.
Sir, hold on, sir. So, the sequence is planned in such a way that it gets proper within 10 minutes. So,
We will have so this being a weekend, we will start afresh tomorrow. So tomorrow is Monday, so we will finish up with that. Prabhu Aditya Ritan are ready with the next class. So once finishing with yours, we will go for this. So today we will have one because Kiran and Reshwar will be leaving in another 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So today we will have some other activity. We will finish the scripture. No, brother. Okay? Right. Okay, right. So, I'm going to explain the activity. I always have a backup plan in my mind. So, I'll explain the activity and you will correct me if I'm wrong or you can improvise upon it. So, we have got about 9 members in the... Okay. Kavin Nitin, Kiran, Mridubhashni, Prabhu Aditya, Reshwar, Ritan Nitish, Ritvika. Okay, alright. I'll explain the exercise. We will first start with online team. And we have to use a couple of resources. First 2 minutes will be given for you to go and collect the resources. See, I will give some 4 or 5 challenges. So you will take one challenge out of the 4 or 5 and you will have to solve the challenge or solve the problem using the resources that you have in hand. Here in Direct's class, there is a very big store of materials. Mitra has got her own toys and people can grab and they can put it on the table and they can use. But for you, you have to choose your own resources. So, I am putting Kiran as a leader this time. So, each and every member will have to collect at least 3 resources. So, in 3 minutes span of time, Kiran has to administer her team members to collect 3 resources. And very quickly you have to switch on the video. If you are not having any network stability, you should at least tell us what are the resources you have. So 8 people will be having 20 resources, plus 20 plus resources. And I will be giving 4 choices of problems. And there are going to be about 6 problems for all the 3 teams. Online team 1, another team here 2, and another team here 3. So first we shall segregate the team.
Any examples of how it will be?
Yeah, I'll show you. So, a creative example. Like one example is a person who has robbed a bank, a person who has killed 6 people, and a person who has ransacked money from his own family. These 3 people were in the prison. All of a sudden they escaped. And you are having a family celebration. Those 3 people entered into the family bungalow. Okay? Right? How are you going to take control of these 3 people? And they can do anything. One person can kill people, another person can rob, they can spoil your body.
So we should give solution or should make use of the objects and like
Simulation. Previous. Simulation engineering, part 2. Okay?
So we can take the rock and throw on the left side.
Huh?
So we can take the rock and throw on the right side.
Hey!
So, this is the example that I gave. So, in the way I did ideas. So, I will first say the ideas. First, book your challenges. The challenges you book for Sir, this one. Oh, yeah? Team.
Sir, the activity page.
Any suggestions about the teams?
Yes, sir. Sir, you know the sir. I want to be silent. You saw it?
நீங்க சொல்றது என்னது?
Brinda, Mitra, Dakshin, Hariran. Brinda, Mitra, Dakshin, Hariran. Kirtana, Vedavashin, Krishnan, Balaji. உண்மையான நம்பிக்கை உண்மையான நான் அன்னைக்கே சொன்னேன் இந்த வீடியோ ரெக்கார்டிங்ல கூட ஒருத்தர் டிபெண்ட் பண்ணி இருக்காத லைஃப்னு சொல்லி எனக்கு இவன் தானே போதும் நான் ஜெயிச்சுவேன் அப்போ நீ மனசுல இல்லையா ஆமா ஐசக் நியூட்டனு நீ ஆல்பர்ட் ஐன்ஸ்டைனு 2 பேரும் கை கோர்த்துட்டீங்கன்னா அப்படியே கண்ட்ரில இருந்து எல்லா கண்ட்ரிஸ்க்கும் அவார்ட்ஸ் வந்துட்டே முதல்ல நம்மளால முடியும்னு நினை எனக்கு அவன் தான் வேணும் எனக்கு இவன் தான் வேணும் எனக்கு அம்மா வேணும்னு கேட்டேன் So that's my plan, and if you need a change, you can go for the change. சரி அப்போ வந்து this time Vedavashan, Dakshin Siddharth, Vedavashan, Dakshin Siddharth, Brinda, then Mitra. Vedavashan, Dakshin Siddharth, Brinda, Mitra. Kirtana, Krishnan, Hariran, Balaji.
சரி முதல்ல சொன்ன ஃப்ரெண்ட் எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் பர்த்டே பாய் கேக் பண்ணா வெச்சுக்கோ பர்த்டே நாள விடுங்க
இல்ல வேண்டாம் சரி அப்போ வந்து எனக்கு தெரியல நீ ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் மூஞ்சி காமிச்சிருக்கீங்க சீக்கிரமா எனக்கு ஒரு முடிவு பண்ணி இல்லாட்டி நான் ஆன்லைன் டீமை வந்துட்டு சொல்ல சொல்லிடுவேன் அவனை தாறுமாற அவங்க வாழ்க்கையில் விளையாடுவாங்க கிரண் ரித்தன் நிதிஷ் பிரபு ஆதித்யா ரேஷ்வர் சொல்ல சொல்லிடுவேன் they will kill your
நான்
desires
இப்போ பர்த்டே போனோட ஆசை நிறைய சார் தட்சிணா ஹரி வந்துட்டாங்க ஆசை எனக்கு தெரியும் சார் வேற
So first plan is better selected.
ஓகே ஃபர்ஸ்ட்
First plan.
what is the first one
சார்
So
தட்சிணா
Dakshin Siddharth, Hariharan, Mitra, Brinda sir and me.
okay so the team Dakshin Siddharth Hariharan Vedavashan Brinda and the leader is Hariharan அதான டீம்
Sir, Mani சொல்லுங்க கஷ்டமா?
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நான் என்ன சொன்னேன்
Sir, கஷ்டமா ஹரிஹரனா?
நான்
மித்ரா.
Dakshin Hariharan Brinda and Mitra
மித்ரா அக்கா.
and Hariharan is Mitra and the next team will be Kirtana, Balaji, Vedavashan, And this this 4 feet barrel jumbo will be the leader.
Leader.
And Kiran Nandita will be the leader for your team.
Sir, okay, sir.
Yes.
Sir, one question, sir. So each and every one of us will have to choose a different challenge that you see, sir, and each of us will give 3 objects, sir, or our entire team will choose one challenge, sir.
Kiran, you are asking the question and you are answering it as well. And that is only possible for you. Seriously, you are asking the question and you are answering. Reshwar, your understanding about the exercise?
Yes, sir. We have to show the challenge and then from that challenge
Right. Choose the challenge and then choose the resources accordingly. Choose the challenge, discuss with your team members, and choose the simulated materials accordingly. That's how it goes. So, I'm going to say 5 challenges for 3 teams. And 3 teams must choose or book your challenges out of the 5 that I am giving. Challenge number 1 I have already revealed to Vedavarshan. That is, a person who has committed multiple murders. A person who has robbed the bank. Yeah. Yeah. Note down, come on. Challenge number 1. Challenge number 1, boys and girls. A person who has committed multiple murders and a person who has robbed the bank and a person who has cheated a very big family. These 3 people have been imprisoned for a long time. But all of a sudden the unfortunate thing is that these 3 people escaped from the prison and they are running towards a city. And your family is having a very big celebration. And it's a very important celebration, has got its own significance attached with it. These 3 people barge into the family celebration. And it's a joint family celebration. Many people have come. And you have invited so many people in your family. So there are about 100 and 125 people in a big bungalow. And these 3 people have also just got mixed into the crowd, amidst the crowd of your family members. So what are you going to do to get rid of these 3 people? First of all, how are you going to identify? And second, how are you going to take control of this situation? This is challenge number 1.
We know that we are innocent. We know speaking.
No, you are just innocent. And one security comes and says, and then you come. But if you come to know, those 3 people can do anything for you. They can kill you because they are all very vulnerable and dangerous, because that's the reason why they were in prison. So how are you going to take control of the situation? See, challenge number 1. No team has got the rights to book a challenge until all the 5 challenges have been mentioned. So it is not first come first served basis. We will have a gentleman discussion and then we will arrive at the conclusion. The team leaders, that is Kiran, Vishwant and Hariharan, will administer that discussion. Kiran will be there, Hariharan and Vishwant will be out here and they will have an administration. If need arises, this can be continued tomorrow also. But tomorrow I am thinking of starting the skit because the video is pending. I'm shooting it. Opal is waiting. Challenge number 2. Challenge number 2. You are traveling via flight and 12 terrorists hijack பண்ணுவாங்கன்னு கிருஷ்ணன் மாதிரி புத்திசாலிகள் சொல்லுவாங்க நினைப்பாங்க. They are not hijacking you. 12 terrorists. No. They want 12 members in the plane to be disguised. That is, they want the positions of those 12 members. There are 700, it's an international flight. There are 725 passengers. And out of the 725 passengers, these 12 members want 12 different professions so that in that disguise they can encroach into the country and they can do whatever they want. Their missions, their plan of attack, all that has to be executed. So they are looking for 12 occupations for each one. Being a passenger, how would you face this challenge and how are you going to get rid of the terrorists?
So terrorists will kill the person when they discuss.
No. If you are accepting and if you are ready to give your position, they will leave you. But the point is, it is as equal as you dying because you are giving up your position. Right? But if you are not ready, they will. But how are you going to tackle this?
So they are inside the plane.
They are 725 people. These people were 700, amongst the 725. So the left is, what is 725 minus 12? 7? 30. Okay, right. So 713 people. So they are asking 12 members out of 713 people.
Whoever is not wanted will be killed.
Yes. And whichever team has chosen, they are the ones who have been taken as the victims. Challenge number 2, hope it has been understood properly.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, is the terrorists in the plane, sir, or they are coming on land, sir? From the land, sir?
No, that's what I was explaining to Dakshin Siddharth. They are inside the plane only. Out of the 725 people, they are also merged as one among the passengers. And 725 minus 12, 713, and they want 12 members from the 713. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Alright. Challenge number 3.
So one is one.
Sorry.
So one is one thing, so challenge.
Yeah, that's it. One. This is the case. Yes, sir. Challenge number 3, boys and girls. You are building a house and 7 people from the government come and they say that the land on which you are raising up the house is not approved by the government. And you are showing them the valid documents that clearly give the information that the land has been approved. We call that as DTP approval in India, in Tamil Nadu specifically. So you show the DTP approval document, but that is invalid. Being unknowns of this fact, you have started raising the building. So these 7 people have come, and pretty worst thing is they have brought the bulldozing mission as well to take the building out because they want to raise a shopping complex in the same soil, and they have got the approval as well from the government. Things like this are happening in big cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Karnataka, all parts of Karnataka especially in Bangalore. So this is the third challenge. How would you tackle it? What are the resources? Using the same simulation engineering mechanism. They want to build a shop. Challenge number 3. Challenge number 4. If you are ready. You are sports people, and if a particular team is choosing this challenge, whoever the members of the team are the sports people, They are our national game hockey representatives. They are very good players of hockey. So you are traveling towards a coaching academy which is going to train you for the next 2.5 months. And after that you have got a national representative match that is going to take place. The bus that you are traveling, the government bus, the deputed bus meant for this traveling, 3 coaches, the players, the driver and the physio. All you people meet with an accident. 3 people have been very severely injured. They might not even play. But you don't have a proper backup. You don't have substitute players. Manpower scarcity. How are you going to tackle? Will you be really able to play the match? If you are going to do that, how are you going to do so? Challenge number 4.
So what about the coaches traveling with us?
3 coaches, physiotherapists, driver and the league players. Challenge number 5 and the final challenge. It's 24th December, towards the end of the year and the previous day to Christmas. You're going to the bank for drawing money. You're not living in America, because in America if it is 24th, it's going to be a holiday. You're in India. So you visit your bank and you want to draw some money. You want to break the fixed deposit and you need to draw about 5 lakhs for your family. All the family members are going, all the 5 family members are going into the bank. So all the 5 members are supposed to sign. When you go, you rightfully ask for your money. The bank says that some infrastructure damage has happened and your money is not going to be given to you now. You've got a very big medical emergency to be faced. You did not go there to the bank for drawing money for celebrating Christmas, no. You went there for facing this medical emergency. As for singer Balasubramaniam it happened. They did not release his mortal remains from the hospital because his son and his family did not have enough money to pay to the hospital. And Minister Venkaiah Naidu interfered and he gave the sanction, and only then the late Mr. Balasubramaniam's body was released. Because it was few crores that they are supposed to pay. They had a very, very acute medical treatment for him for the past 50 days. Likewise, you are in a medical emergency and if you are not paying the hospital instantaneously that evening, things are not going to happen. And also, you deeply inquire with the bank officers. The bank officers say, after perturbing, they say that your money has been robbed and they are helpless. So you 5 members are there. What are you going to do? How are you going to solve this problem?
So the money has been robbed.
Robbed. And the bank does not have any inventory stocks. Yes, the bank is accountable. Yes, they are responsible. Yes, they are answerable. But they are asking for 6 months' time to give you 5 lakhs. They say in a span of 195 days, beyond 6 months, we will be able to give you your money. But you want the money that night. So how is it going to be possible? So 5 challenges. First challenge, criminals entering into the house. Second challenge, the flight situation. Third challenge, construction and government approval cancelled. Fourth challenge, the hockey players and the bus accident. Fifth challenge, the personal expense of 5 lakhs, bank is not having money. So, leader Kirtana, leader Kiran, leader Krishna, and leader Harihan.
So before that, the
Sir, I want to discuss with my
20
team.
minutes.
You people can elicit respective discussion with the team members, and then you can let me know.
What happened was here?
All the time.
Talk with team members. Yeah. So you can start your team discussion.
So team, do you all have any idea? Can I go ahead with my ideas?
Kiran, I have an idea.
Okay, Prabhat, you go first and Reshna, you can go after Prabhat. Okay, come.
I'm just gonna say I have an
Okay, so Prabhat, you can continue.
So Kiran, I have the idea of going for the last band problem.
Okay, Prabhat. Mridulashnika.
Okay.